Hey you guys, it's your boy Trail here for Team Apps. This is Paul, as you guys all know. This is his channel, but I'm sitting for just a moment. We're coming at you guys with a video called The Noob's Guide to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much we know a lot of you guys are newer players. Some of you guys have been in the game for a while, but some of you guys also know players that have not been playing very long, and we just want to give you guys a few tips on how to hopefully kickstart off a successful Yu-Gi-Oh! Career.
Yeah, I think that there are definitely good and bad habits, and good and bad decisions you can make very early on in your Yu-Gi-Oh! Career that will make, they'll help or hurt. So we're gonna go over some of them.
Yeah.
What would you say is a good starting tip for someone new to Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, if you're first starting out in Yu-Gi-Oh, my first thing is to know the game. Like know the rulings, know what the game is about. Pretty much what you're supposed to be doing in the game. A lot of people that you get in because you think it looks really cool, which is fine. I mean, a lot of the cards and the art is really awesome, but you don't want to get in and expect to play and not know what you're doing. So my thing is, before you anything that you're gonna start off on, you want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into beforehand.
Yeah, do a bit of study before you start playing. But
Reading.
We'll assume that you've started playing. I would say, invest smartly. If you're a new Yu-Gi-Oh player, say you're getting in today, don't buy Shaddolls and Stellar Knights and I want to win, let me just buy Shaddolls and Stellar Knights and be done. It's probably best to invest in things like staples, things like extra deck cards. A lot of these cards go a longer way than just getting the best meta deck.
That will probably not be here in the next month or so.
Yeah.
Which also goes to say, and piggybacking there, if you're gonna do that, and you're just getting into the game. If you're gonna be aware of the game and know what you're getting into, be mindful of the ban list. If you start a week before the ban list, like you said, you're not gonna go out and buy Shaddolls because you don't know what's about to get hit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so be mindful of be aware that there is a ban list and that you have to follow those guidelines if you're choosing to play advanced. So you want to be mindful of that.
Make friends early on, and maybe the better thing to say is don't make
enemies early on. Yeah.
If nothing else, just don't make enemies. Don't be the loudmouth. Don't be the obvious I'm looking to rip people off guy. Don't be the I just talk shit about everybody person. Don't make enemies. Trust me, Yu-Gi-Oh's easier really when you don't have people who are looking to see you fail, people who are looking to rip you off, people who It's
hard enough as it is being a Yu-Gi-Oh player, because a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are assholes, just to be honest. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are assholes. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm an asshole as well. But I'm not an asshole Yu-Gi-Oh player, I'm just an asshole in life. This is what I do. But when I first started the game, I made friends, I networked, and I ain't gonna lie, it helped me. Most of the friends that I made when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I've been playing the game for over 10 years, you guys, but most friends that I made while playing the game are still my friends to this day. Because with the real friends, so they helped me out with rulings. We trained and we got better. There were deck ideas we can share. They kept me up on the events of Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Because I was just starting out, so I didn't know anything. And most of my friends had already been playing before I did. So it's good to make friends with people that are already in the game because they can keep you well versed. They can help you get better. And like I said, we're trying to get you guys into a successful career in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Successful career.
Sex involved. Yu-Gi-Oh is all about sex and drugs.
Probably isn't at a table.
Whose table?
The one at the regional. Anywho,
under your opponent.
If you're a returning player, this is more directed to you. Don't be stuck in the past.
Oh God, yes.
Accept that synchros, exceeds, pendulums are part of the game. They're going to be part of the game moving forward. Don't be stuck on I want my old Summon Skull deck to work. It's just accept the synchros and stuff. They're part of the game. Learn them. Yeah. Embrace them. You'll be better because of it. Trust me.
Another thing, it really does. Gotta give it the time. I know. I'm not like when Exceeds first. When Synchros first came out. I was
divided.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not getting into that shit. This little white card, fuck this. And then I realized, they had really good affection. You kind of need them if you want to at least try to win. So you kind of gotta move into modern times. It's not really conforming. It's just being smart. Mm-hmm. You gotta be smart about things. Another thing with that as well is learn to take criticism. You're new at the game, so there's obviously gonna be a lot of things that you don't know. Which means if there's somebody trying to tell you something, you should listen to them. Now, if they're gonna be an asshole about it or whatever, then you can punch them in the nuts and keep moving. But criticism is one of the biggest things. I know, when I first started playing, I had a 60 card deck because I thought I needed everything. Oh my God, this gives my monster 500 attack and defense. My brother was actually when they taught me, he was like, you don't need that. It's just one of you're not gonna use very often, but it's so good. I didn't need that. He cut me down to 40 cards and started kicking ass. That's what you do. So criticism is a big part of this game because there's always gonna be somebody better than you in the game. Like, I take criticism from a lot of my friends and peers because they may know something that I did not know. They're going to teach me something. And especially if you're a new player, you're going to learn a lot of shit that you did not know. So taking criticism is going to help you get better as far as playing and as far as trading and things like that. So
another thing, it's sort of related. Learn how to make your own judgments and opinions about trades, top decks, other players, everything. Every shop's kind of got the one player who just leads the pack or has like a lot of followers. Trust me, like, it's easier. Decide for yourself if you think a deck is the best deck in the format. Decide for yourself if you think a trade's worth it or not. Mm-hmm. You know, it's better to do that than to just be the guy who's like a follower and a hype, hype beast. Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah, pretty like a hype man. The great white hype.
Yeah, just don't do that. Like, if you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh, learn for yourself. I mean, that's not to say like not to listen to other people. Obviously, we just said you should try to listen, but make your own opinions. Like, don't just be like, oh well, you know what, the top player. No, this card's not even good. Like, at least toss good cards.
It is a good card. I want everybody to tell them that Flash Knight is a really good card.
All right, all these effects it's got.
It's a scale of 7 level 4 warrior that can be searched by Rhoda. And it's a light. Do you need anything else?
So you should make your own opinions.
Are you not entertained?
When you're
I'm like your Kazuki Coliseum. What you do, mother?
I don't know. What you do with your other one is what you mean.
Give my shit back.
Yeah, make your own opinions in Yu-Gi-Oh. Trust me, it works better that way.
Another one for this is I got this a lot from, oh my god, people over years. Don't believe anything that the fucking show tells you about the game.
Yeah.
None of that is real. And me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even like watching the show when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I was so bent on learning the rules that the show gave me a whole nother side that fucked me up. I'm like, oh man, I can't do this because Yu-Gi just fucked somebody's life up with this. Yeah. No, you cannot do that. So please believe, if you like the show, that's fine. But if Yugi does it, you 9 times out of 10 cannot do it. And I don't want to see you guys on motorcycles with a fucking dual disc on your wrist because you're probably gonna fucking die. I'm just saying.
I've got a good one.
What?
Decide early on if you want to be casual or competitive.
Yeah.
And once you've decided, take the logical steps afterward. If you're going to be a competitive player, accept that you're going to have to go to events. Make friends, plan a trip, travel, prepare, have the money for a trip. Regionals are going to be what you're about. If you're a casual player, embrace it. Don't get offended if a competitive player beats you or calls you a scrub.
Because it's going to happen.
But do accept that as a casual player, you will still have to go by the same market price as everybody else does. I mean, I've met lots of casual people who are like, oh, I want to collect, all the numbers, and then they get to shit like Big Eye.
Yeah, Big Eye.
And like 101, and it's like, even though you're just a collector, and we know you're just casual or something, number like 101's still expensive. It doesn't like change for you. So, pick the side that you're on, and not to say that it's like a war, but like, pick which one you are and embrace it, accept the good and the bad parts that come with it.
And just on top of that, which is just expounding because it's pretty much the same thing, but know why you're playing. Like I said, if you're going to be a casual competitive player, that's fine, but know why you're playing. Are you playing just for friends? Are you playing because you want to win? Are you playing because of the art? Because, like you said, especially if you're a casual player, you don't have to give a fuck about nothing. Like, you can just play however you want to. You can collect your cards. No matter what anybody says, you shouldn't be offended because you're just in the game for the fun of it. So know why you're playing. I mean, and I like to have fun, but I also know that I'm competitive, so I like to win. So being fun and competitive is why I like to play in the competitive scene. But at the same time, sometimes I don't give a fuck. So I play like a low tier deck because this is what I want to do. So know why you're playing. And,
agreed.
I mean, because
it makes it much simpler. Like, it's easier to understand what you have to do if you just know why you're playing this shit.
Like, some people, they'll never collect a high price card because they're not playing for that. I just want to have fun. Oh, hey, this card's a pretty card, so I'm gonna put it in my deck, and that's fine. Their deck may be all commons, rares, probably one hollow card, and it's like the cheapest ever. But they're having fun, and they know why. And they're like, oh, what Draco Sack? What, $90? I'll pass. They don't need it. Like I say, even if you're a collector, you still might want that Draco Sack. So you still got to come up with those ends. But you don't actually have to care. Cause I don't give a fuck.
And small tip: invest in good supplies. Get good sleeves. Just get like Ultra Pro or Player Source or something. Get a binder. Don't put your cards in a tin. It sounds basic. Invest in a mat early on. Even if you have to like buy it off like someone at your locals for like $20. It's probably worth it just to have some mat. Yeah. Things like that, they help. But
another thing we've been talking about this whole video, but just very simply, have fun. Just very simple. That's it's very simple as gonna be have fun. Because a lot of people, like I said, no matter what you do, even if you're competitive, you still want to have fun.
The moment you're not having fun with Yu-Gi-Oh is probably when you need to not play it.
Yeah, you should probably take a break or just quit. I mean, that's the thing. Like, whenever you're not having, because like this game can be stressful at times, whether you're casual or whatever. But if you're not, like I said, once you gotta know why you're playing the game. And like I said, even outside of all those other facts, you just gotta have fun because it still is a game.
If you're not enjoying it,
it's pointless because it's pretty much a hobby. You're not getting paid for it. So yeah, and we all know that if we're doing something we don't enjoy, it's probably not gonna last anyway. So don't get yourself all worked up and all invested into the game just to not have fun and quit.
He's right. So I guess that concludes our tips for starting Yu-Gi-Oh players. This was a very off the dome video, but these actually are very good general guidelines. If you're starting Yu-Gi-Oh, it's nothing to be afraid of, but there are some good decisions you can make early on that will certainly help you as you continue to climb the Yu-Gi-Oh ladder. Yeah, and it's not even just, and even though we say it's a noob's guide to Yu-Gi-Oh, it's also for some people that have been playing for a while as well, because some people still struggle through this to this very day with knowing why they're playing or knowing what they want to do and having to deal with the attitudes and the competitive scene and the Yu-Gi-Oh trading market. So even if you're not just a brand new starter, these can also help some of you guys out as well. So, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a nice comment, maybe with some other tips that you would share for a new Yu-Gi-Oh player if you're maybe more experienced. Share this video with a friend who might need to see it, because I guarantee you've got a friend out there who probably needs to watch this shit. And if you don't have a friend who needs to watch this shit, then you're probably that friend that needs to watch this shit. I like that. That's the truth. And subscribe for more videos. And that's it. And tell me happy birthday, because you didn't. You rude sons of bitches. Talk to you guys later. Peace!